Have your brakes been going out on you recently? Maybe they're feeling a little spongy, maybe they're starting to stick a little bit, or maybe you've got a project bike just like myself and you want a fresh set of brakes. Regardless of your situation, there's actually an easy and simple way to rebuild the brake calipers on your dirt bike. So without further ado, let's dive in. Before we begin, I'd like to share that obviously I have removed the brake pads and the bolts. The only things that are still left is the piston and some seals inside. So before we get into tearing that apart, I want to show that this is why we're doing this. I have a Turner rebuild kit for the rear brake caliper, and I've got one for the front caliper as well. So these are going to be the kits that we're using today. You can find these kits on motosport.com. I have the link in the description below. We've got new rubber boots, another rubber boot, more rubber. And now here we go. We've got one seal, second seal, our bolt, and we have some brake line washers. To remove the piston, we remove the banjo bolt. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of pressured air to force this piston out. I have this attachment off my air compressor, and we're going to give this a little bit of pressure. We don't need to go too drastic here because we don't want to shoot this thing out. And just like that, we got our piston out, and I'm really glad that we did that because this was going to be sticking quite a bit. So we're going to be able to clean all of this up so that way we can keep this piston, and now we can just clean all of the brake caliper's body here and just clean the inside of this bore. But before we do that, what we can do is we can remove two seals that are inside of this bore here. So those are the seals that we are replacing. If you have a pick, that would be the most ideal tool for this, but we're gonna work with what we've got because ironically, of all the tools I have, I don't have a pick. So we'll get these two seals out and then we'll replace those. There's one seal, the thicker seal is in the back, and that's our second seal. It's the thinner one, and just like that, we have now removed the two seals and the piston, which are the two main parts of your rebuild here. So now I'm just going to take some parts cleaner, brake cleaner, and we're going to spray the inside of our bore. If this is your dad's workshop, don't be dumping all this on top of your dad's workbench like I just did. This is my own stuff, so I'm doing it the way I want to do it. Who cares? Going to take some air and clean this back out a little bit. For our piston, I took a Scotch Brite pad and just cleaned up the surface as best as I could. Took some brake cleaner and sprayed on there, used the Scotch Brite, and just really cleaned up the exterior surface and the exterior of the rim here, so that way this is good and clean for going back into the caliper housing. Something I forgot to mention and I forgot to show was removing the bleeder bolt here. So this is off of the back of the caliper that you can see right here. I have my two new seals and I've got some brake fluid inside of the cap here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip these inside of the brake fluid, get the seals all nice and lubricated, and then we're going to install the first seal. Just like that, we've got that first seal installed. A little hard to see on the camera here, but it is that little guy in the back there. So now we're going to install the front seal. Get it inside a little bit of brake fluid. Getting the good lubrication from the brake fluid is awesome for getting these installed, but it also makes these seals incredibly slippery. So just be patient. You can find it in its slot and all will be good. And just like that, we've got both seals installed. I know it's probably hard to see both of them sitting inside of there, but they are in their slots, and it does require maybe a little bit more patience than you might think, but just getting these seals seated in there like they're needed to, and make sure that they are fully seated. There's nothing sticking out or making an obstruction in your seals. Make sure that they are flush and in their seats the way they need to be. And now we can apply brake fluid to the piston here, the exterior, and lubricate the inside of the housing a little bit. Doesn't hurt anything, just makes this process maybe a little bit easier. So as you can see, we've got the piston reinstalled. I did have to kind of use a little bit more force than probably what you normally would have to. Just kind of depends. Mine, it definitely needed a little bit more force to get in there, but we got it in there. We didn't want to compress it all the way down just for brake bleeding in the future here, so we just left a little bit excess out here so that way we can have that easier for the brake bleeding process. To install this little rubber boot, we have some assembly lube. We're going to put a little bit of assembly lube on here so that way this can slide into its place, and we'll get that installed. Before we install this bolt, we're going to add some blue Loctite to it. We also have this little rubber boot that's going to be going in this spot right here. So we're going to install that with a little bit of assembly lube on this as well. Putting some blue Loctite on this bolt before installing it. I do want to mention that I did order a brand new bleeder valve for the front caliper and the rear caliper. The reason I did this was because my calipers were Cerakoted, which means they were blasted, then they were coated, and then they were heated up to make sure the coating sticks, right? So with that, I saw a bunch of junk inside of the bleeder valves for the old bleeder valves, and I just decided I would just take the time out, buy new ones, and have those so I have everything fresh. New bleeder valve installed. Before we put these bad boys together, we're going to grease these collar pins because when they go into their rubber boots here, you want to have a nice and greased and smooth working operation between your caliper here. And just remember, this grease does go a long way, so you don't need to be completely ridiculous with it, but you do want to make sure you get some grease on here. See that operation? And we're actually upgrading the brake pads to the brand G brakes. We got these for the front and the rear, and we've actually got some brake lines as well. But for today, I'm just showing you the brake pads. Got the brake pads in, just got to tighten this last bolt right here, and we should be good to go. And there you have it. There is the complete rebuild of the rear brake caliper with some new brake pads from G Brakes, the rebuild kit from Turner Performance Products off of motosport.com. Let's move on to the front brake. So now we're moving to the front brake caliper. We're basically doing the same thing, adding some compressed air in through where our banjo bolt will go. And as we're removing these pistons here, we're going to use something to kind of just hopefully catch and allow these to not spring rocket out of there or do any damage anywhere else. This piston is starting to come out, so I think we can probably just pull it the rest of the way out. Trying to be cautious here that we don't do any damage to our surfaces, and look at that. Now this is where things seem a little backwards, but try to track with me here. So you take your piston that you just removed, and you're actually going to insert it back into the housing here, into the bore. And what you're going to do is you're going to use something to basically hold this in place so that way you can use your compressed air to remove the other piston. Because obviously if this piston was removed and you had air coming in through your banjo bolt, you would have zero pressure going here to pop this piston out. It would all be leaking out through this spot, if that makes sense. So we're going to do that right now. And then you should get to a point where you have these both out relatively at a fair point where they can both be pulled out of the bores of the caliper. Just like the rear caliper, we have seals located on the inside of each bore, and then we're going to remove those and clean out the insides, and then we're going to reinstall some new seals, and then we're going to put these pistons back in. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, we're using the Turner Products rebuild kit off of motosport.com. If you want to find one of these rebuild kits on Motosport, or you want to find any other parts or gear or whatever you need, you can use the link in the description of this video. Now that the bores are all cleaned out, we've got our new seals and we've got some brake fluid again, just like we did on the rear brake caliper. We're going to lube these up with a little bit of the brake fluid, and we're going to get them in their slots. Again, with the camera, I'm not sure if you guys can see all too well the brand new seals that are installed, but after I installed them, ran my finger through both bores to make sure that they are flush and they are seated. So now we're going to grab some new brake fluid, give these a little bit more lubrication, lubricate the pistons before install. Just like that, new seals are installed, the pistons are reinstalled. Just putting some assembly lube on the new rubber boot. Got that installed. Another rubber boot going in this slot here, so we're going to get some more assembly lube to put on the boot to try and make this a little bit easier for sliding into place. There's the other boot. Got a new rubber cap for the bleeder bolt here. I'm going to put a little bit of blue Loctite on the threads, and I did get a new bolt for this caliper as well. Some more blue Loctite on this bolt as well. Also threw blue Loctite on the threads of this locking pin. I'm now going to apply some grease to these locking pins. We don't want to be too crazy with it, but get these nice and lubricated for when they slide into their boots. And that's all that there is to it. It's a pretty simple process when you have a rebuild kit, and just go from there. So check it out, guys. We've basically got ourselves a brand new brake ready to rock and roll. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.